I want to quickly introduce you to the law of intentionality for the cultivation and the growth of your mind and your life, because growth is not accidental. If I ask you today, what is your plan for your personal growth? How do you plan to gain depth and wisdom as a person? People are anxious to improve their circumstances, but they are unwilling to improve themselves. I want to introduce you not only to the law of intentionality, but there's another law in life called the law of the lid. The law of the LID, the law of the lid. The level of your thinking will determine how far you rise in life. You can never rise beyond your thinking. So if you are struggling to rise, check your thinking. The thing that is holding you where you are is your thinking. Two birds who come from the same family, but the difference between the altitude at which they fly is a function on what they feed themselves on. One feeds on garbage, dead stuff. Another feeds on only living stuff. So even though they belong to the same family, one flies 10 times higher. What you feed your mind on determines your altitude in life. If you want to rise, you've got to check what you feed yourself on. What are you feeding yourself on mentally? What are you feeding yourself on emotionally, psychically, spiritually? What are you feeding? We think we will grow automatically. You think that you will mentally mature because you're growing old. You will mentally mature. When we were children, our bodies grew automatically. So many people carry this notion into adulthood that because when you were a child, you just grew up. Subconsciously, they hold the belief that spiritually, emotionally, mentally, their growth will be automatic. That's a lie. The problem is we don't improve simply by living. We have to be intentional about improving. How much time do you spend in a day improving your thinking? Studying to improve your thinking. Because if you don't develop your thinking, you'll fly at a certain level. You'll fly with the pigeons. You'll fly with the raven. You can't fly where eagles fly. At best, you'll go with the vultures because you are feeding yourself on dead stuff. So a time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man or woman you want to become and start being, growing, cultivating, working into being the man or woman you want to be, because no one improves by accident. To improve your level of thinking, you've got to be deliberate and you've got to be intentional. There is nothing accidental. To improve, you've got to really make a concerted effort that you're going to work on your thinking. You must take complete ownership of your growth. Nobody will do it for you. In life, you move forward or you move back. That's life. So if you're not moving forward, you're moving back. So don't think that growth is automatic. You've got to be intentional about your personal growth. Every day, some of you eat 3 times a day. How much time are you given to developing yourself spiritually, but intellectually? How are you developing each of the spokes of your life? What are you doing to evolve your health life, your emotional life, your spiritual life? All the aspects of your life, you need to improve. There's some people that spiritually, they are very advanced, but in terms of their relationship with man, they are stunted. You cannot have a proper conversation with them. You've got to work at it. You've got to work at relationships. How do you, because if you cannot relate to man, you cannot build solid relationships with people, how are you going to fulfill your assignment in life?